Okay, so this is an outside tour around Second Kiss. She comes with a high quality spade anchor, which is fabulous, digs in every time straight away. Also an excellent windlass there with cover on it. All of the chain came out last year and was repainted for depth markings and so on. So you can see that yellow there, so you know when the anchor's about to come up. She has a number of handmade bags around for holding sheets and pegs and so on. Harken roller furling on both of the head saws. This big Genoa was taken off last year and restitched and is in good condition. And the staysail is brand new. It's about 6 months old and is fantastic. The radar up there is new about 3 years ago when I replaced all of the old analog equipment with digital, and you'll see a TV antenna there which we never use, but it's there. New wind instruments at the top of the mast last year, and new antenna a couple of years ago, etc. And as I said before, this is all new standing rigging and running rigging about 5 years ago, and the standing rigging is all rod rigging. The hull is in excellent condition, was anti-fouled just last year, and so that doesn't need to be done for a few years. The teak is in reasonable condition. It probably doesn't really need anything doing to it, except it does need cleaning and sealing again. I would expect the teak to last at least another 5 years. There are a few places where it's, running a bit thin, but none of the fixtures are missing. There's no softness underneath and so on. The boat has in-boom Schaefer roller furling, which is fantastic. Has, of course, a cover that goes in the top slot of the boom there. And you'll see here that it also has Schaefer track up the mast, which turns with the sail and allows you, therefore, to furl on any angle of sail. Nice big granny bars here on both sides of the mast. And you'll see the size of the fitting here on the boom, so that's not going to go anywhere. Fixed boom vang, which is required for the angle of furling on the boom, and you'll see a preventer also secured there. The dodger's in good condition. We actually do have sunscreen for the glass there. It's just not fitted at the moment, but it's easy to put on and off. You'll see here that we also have a bimini that gives you full standing room, and that's useful in the hot California sun, and lots of room underneath the dodger to keep out the wind or the weather and store things. You'll see two Furuno 5-inch displays there, which mirror the information from below up here in terms of course, speed, wind direction, wind strength, etc., etc. They're multifunction, so they give you all the information you need up here, and standard wheel and so on. In the window on the far side there's a separate VHF radio which has an antenna just here on the back of the boat, and controls for the autopilot. The traveller here is controlled by a winch over there, and there's a seat in the top of that winch which can be used to turn it. Lots of big storage areas here. Everything else in very good condition. The boat's been used quite a lot, but maintained extensively. You'll see a big cover here to keep you out of the sun when you're on anchor for a longer period of time, or as we are at the moment in the marina. What else can I tell you? Questions, all that normal stuff. Oh yeah, The winch just there, that winch there, is an electric winch, and that's for the main halyard. Of course, you could use it for other things if you want to, but principally for the main halyard to winch the main up quickly. And of course, that means that one person can get the main up, get the boat out, get it on autopilot, get the main up, get the head sail out, etc., without any challenges. No leaks, she's bone dry, even in a big seaway, and yeah, she's wonderful. Second kiss is a Norseman 447 centre cockpit, and as you will see from this little tour, is in excellent condition and well equipped. So let's start here in the salon. We have plenty of storage under the seats, the settee, behind these various cupboards. You can see them spread around. These all go back quite a long way, plenty of room in all of them. Nice storage spaces here for bookcases. A unique feature here being storage for fruit and so on, especially in the tropics, to keep fruit fly off them. All the upholstery is in good condition, as you can see. And here is the kitchen. The refrigeration, fridge and freezer both have new cool blue systems in them with holding plates. Those systems are less than 2 years old, and I'll show you the compressors for them in the engine room. That's the fridge, and here's the freezer, which you can see is doing its job. Those are very energy efficient systems, and have had no problem with them. We have a full stove here, the Broadwater Marine stove, with a sizable oven, good for cooking bread and other things on the way, and a 4-burner stove top. Again, lots of storage here, deep cupboards that go well back all the way along here, in the corner here, through here. And another unique feature of this boat is that under here it has a custom built place to hold crockery, and that crockery will stay with the boat. All of these storage units are, go all the way up, so there's lots of room up here. Same here, lots more storage down here, drawers and front access to the fridge here, and lots of little drawers there for storage. More here, a saltwater and a freshwater pump here, both of which are operational. Double sink here with new faucets, and in fact new hot water and cold water pipes throughout the boat in the last year. The hot water system, the cold water system you can see here. Every circuit has its own tap so they can be isolated, and they're all PEX, and these manifolds make a really big difference to managing what's turned on, what's not. All the foot pumps come into this lower one and all have their own one-way valves, so there's no sputtering. There's both a filter and an accumulator tank underneath the sink here, so you get fresh water. Now I just use the water so you can hear the fresh water coming on there. The boat has been fully updated in terms of electronics in the last few years, and so has good electronics here at the chart table. Full Victron system with 400 amperes, I think, of lithium. An excellent radio VHF with intercom and so on, all provided there for hailing, and various updates to the switch panel. That's a red light for nighttime use, and gauges here for water tanks and the generator. So moving forward, of course, we have a lovely big salon for entertaining, lots of table space. This leaf folds up and creates a table to that edge as well, which is really good for home office, for instance. And then again, loads of storage here. You'll see there are fiddles everywhere here, which are removable, and there are also sets of fiddles for the leaf that folds out here. So the whole thing can have fiddles if you're using it as you go along. Here's the V-berth at the front. At the moment, the spinnaker's sitting there. There's an asymmetric spinnaker, comes with the boat, which is in good condition and is fun to use. Bits of storage here. Again, lots of storage. Nice big hatch here, looking straight out there, so you can use that to get the spinnaker in and out. Obviously, there's a bed here, so you don't want to get that wet. But it provides really excellent airflow through the boat. Lots of storage here. All of these wardrobes are lined, timber lined, so that keeps the moths away with cedar. This is can be completely sealed off with a sliding door, so your guests have complete privacy. And it, of course, has two locking mechanisms there. They also then have their own head. Both of these Jeffco toilets have been completely rebuilt, as has the holding tank, which has been completely rebuilt. Lots of storage there, new faucets, along with all the freshwater lines. Nice hatch up there for fresh air. Just underneath here, you'll see that's the holding tank, all rebuilt, new sensors, new breather pipe, etc., etc. There's also a laundry bag up here in the forward head for dirty clothes, and of course a very large wardrobe here for hanging, wet weather gear, etc., etc. Mast and rigging was replaced about 5 years ago. It's all rod rigging, and all of the running rigging and standing rigging was replaced at the same time. As you can see, that mast is not going to be breaking anytime soon. All of these lights, of which there are numerous around the boat, have been replaced with LEDs, as have most of these, but not all. There are fans, one over there, one here, another one there, so 4 fans for warmer weather. TV there, which we don't use, but it's there. Underneath that settee seat is the macerator pump, and there's a switch here for that, and a switch on the main switchboard. And you'll notice that there's also a tank watch here for the holding tank. Lots of spare parts under there. Water tank under there, also water tank under here. Water tanks are very easy to access. Double water tank under here. One of the challenges with these boats, a big water tank under here, keel water tank. One of the challenges with these boats is the black iron fuel tanks. These have been removed and had the bottom cut off and replaced so that they're in good condition. There's nothing to worry about there. We lost about 10 gallons of diesel all up, so there's still a lot there. And as you can see here, all the new freshwater piping and so on. Carpets throughout, of course. You can keep those or dispose of them as you will. There's storage in here for all kinds of odds and ends. And here you'll see a switch for the main halyard electric winch, which I'll show you when we go upstairs. The EPIRB comes with the boat and is registered to the boat. The autopilot has a control panel here and one in the cockpit. So that's easy to manage. And lots of storage for documents, etc. in these drawers under the table, and the boat will come with full documentation of the systems that are on the boat. Here you can see AIS working. Full charts are on that. Furuno chart plotter, wind depth, water temperature, speed through the water, etc. All fully operational. So it's a really great, very long cupboard here, which is great for storing all kinds of odds and ends that one needs as spares. Some extra fan belts and things there. And then here we have the engine room. One thing that's really great about this boat is that all of these hinges allow these doors to just come straight off. So when you're working in here, you can actually just remove the doors very easily and get direct access without them being in the way. And that's true of any of the doors anywhere in the boat. So in here we have Yanmar diesel. It's got about 8,000 hours on it, but it runs like a clock. You can see that it doesn't leak anything anywhere. It just runs like a clock. So it's really great. I don't have any problems with it. So the engine hours would tell you that it's had a long life, but it's been super well looked after, and the oil doesn't show metal shavings or anything. So it's good. It's very good. Absolutely no problems with it. We keep it maintained and works perfectly. You'll also see here 4 kilowatt generator, which has also been well maintained and also works perfectly. And then the other thing that you'll see in here are the the charging system, shore charging, solar charging, into battery charging here to charge between the starter bank and the house bank. The starter bank is 100 ampere lithium behind the wall down there. Get that from the other side. And we have an 80 amp generator here, which is a Bolmar, all run by Bolmar as well. The solar is switchable, so you can turn it off if you like. And then in addition, you'll see here the the compressors for the freezer and the compressors for the compressor for the fridge. And these are the cool blue units. They're super efficient and quiet, and they've been absolutely fabulous. The company is also very easy to work with. Now, additional things of interest here are that you actually have a starting system, so the motor can be started from inside the boat. So in foul weather or when you're working on the engine and so on, it can be started here. We also have a oil pump so that the oil can be drained from both the engine and the generator using that pump, so that gets the oil out very easily. There's a drip tray underneath, and you can see that's completely clean, and a very, very deep bilge down there, which is nearly always bone dry. Of course, you get a few drops coming in on the propeller shaft because it's a standard packing. In addition to that, down in that bilge, there's a mains volt, 120 volt, like pool pump, which comes out here. So if I just plug that in for a second, you'll hear it. Got nothing to suck at the moment. But that means that if you do get, for some reason, extra water in the bilge, you can get rid of it very quickly. That works off batteries as well, because we've got plenty, 2000 amps of 2000 watts, sorry, of power available through there on batteries. Okay. Fire blankets, etc. You might have noticed one also in the kitchen. Flares down here. Smoke detector up here. Another one, carbon monoxide filter in the centre there. Another one, of course, in the main cabin. The other thing as we go through here that you should see is that there's a washing machine and dryer. Works perfectly, so you have full washing and drying on board. And spread through these two in parts is the water maker. I think I might have some more light here somewhere. Where is it? There we go. Water maker, which will need servicing. We haven't used it for a little while. Compressor there. Main filters. So on. Sorry, there's a bit of stuff in here, but main filters are all down here. Inlet is in that cupboard down there, of course, also with a filter on it. That's 20 gallons an hour. And there's a water tank under the bed here that is reserved specifically for filtered water. So this is the main cabin. Again, nice big robes, all lined with cedar to keep the moths away. I made these covers for the port lights here to keep the light out, help us sleep. Lots of room, of course, underneath here. There's a spare fuel tank here for like a day tank, if you like. The water tank under here, autopilot and so on under there. The main steering quadrant is under there, and the emergency steering inlet is just up there. The emergency steering tiller is also under here. There's a printer and scanner here for documentation when you come into foreign ports, and I don't have a light on me, but easy access here to the back of the generator and its exhaust box, and over here the compressor for the autopilot and fire extinguisher, etc. Another fan here, another fan up the end of the bed there, so in hot or humid conditions you're well catered for. This is the head associated with the Sonus cabin, again completely rebuilt a couple of years ago. There's also a SaniScan sewage treatment system fitted, which I'll show you in there. Again, foot pump, fully operational, new faucets here, and a complete separate shower. So this gives you full access to the motor from this side, the generator and the motor there. The starter battery is underneath here, and in this cupboard we have a couple of things of interest. Let's see if I can find the light switch. There we go. So we have the Sani scan, which is the sewage treatment system here. So we don't need a holding tank for this rear head, which is really nice when you're away for a period of time. We also have the hot water manifold. And again, you can see that all of these are individually switching. These are taps on each of those manifolds named. And then we have a brand new hot water system put in only this last summer, which is fantastic and very, very efficient. And here you can see, all of the new PEX, hot, cold, running through to the shower and the head and so on. Yeah. And easy access to anti-siphon valves and so on. And, while we had all this apart to do this, we painted it all and so on. I think that basically, you'll see the storage all along the side of the bed here, but I think that basically sums up the interior of this fabulous boat. So let's stop here, and then you can see lots of light here. It's very nice. We'll stop here, and then we'll go and have a look at the outside.